In this video, we're going to give you 2 tips for every single shot.
Front foot edition.
First up, in Zenon's words, everyone's favorite shot, the drive. The first tip we're going to be looking at is making sure that the shoulders rotate on a vertical axis and not on a horizontal axis. What this is going to help with is making sure that we get a nice shoulder dip into the ball, which is going to help us get a nice big swing and also ensure that our alignment is really good into the ball, and making sure that we go through the point of contact all the way to the end. This is going to help us by giving us a cleaner, more compact strike and giving us the power to hit it through the field when we want to. Tip number 2, we're going to focus on elbow extension and hands going through the point of contact. What this helps with is it really elongates our swing, ensuring more power, because as you know, a bigger swing equals more power. At the same time, through the contact point, the bat is going to make a clear contact and extend through the ball. Whereas if we stunt that swing and pull up with the hands, we're sort of slicing over the top of the ball and losing out on power. Next up, the so-called most difficult shot in the game is the on drive. The first step we're going to be looking at is ensuring that we do not overstride, because overstriding equals death. What this is going to help us with is going to make sure that we can get our head access to the ball and making sure that the contact point is underneath our eyes, giving us the control and the balance to hit through the ball. When our balance is good, we're going to also be able to impart more energy through the contact point, and this is going to give us more power, which we're going to use to beat the mid-on fielder to get us that boundary. Another thing that it does is gives you clear access with your eyes over the ball. So if there is any movement in the ball, you can see it and adjust if needed. Tip number 2 is making sure that we keep our hips shut, or in other terms, try and stay nice and side on through the shot. What this helps with is making sure that we've got a nice full swing through the ball, and it's going to allow us one nice swing pattern, making sure that the contact's good and elongating towards where we want to hit the ball. As soon as the hips rotate, the bat has to come around the body, and then it's going to cause a slicing motion, causing you to potentially miss the ball on the inside or get an outside edge on the outside, which is ideally not what we want. Third shot we're going to be looking at is everyone's favorite, the block shot. The first step we're going to be looking at is making sure that you allow the ball to come to you. In your mind, what you're thinking is that the ball's coming to the bat and not the bat going to the ball. What this is going to help you with is making sure that the contact point is nice and close to your body, nice and close to your eyes, giving you the control you need to keep the ball out. At the same time, by allowing the ball to come to you, if the ball does happen to move and find the edge, there's a greater chance that it will not carry to the keeper or the slips, allowing you to bat for longer, which is how you're going to make more runs in the long run. The other benefit of this is as soon as you push your hands to the ball, you can create a gap and then you can get beaten on the inside or outside, whereas as long as the ball comes to you, your only real challenge is getting beaten on the outside. Tip number 2 we're going to be looking at is using your top hand to pull the bat forward to the ball. What this helps you with is make sure that the bat stays nice and over the top of the ball, but also gives you that control to make sure that you can deaden the ball onto the bat. The challenge if your bottom hand takes the bat to the ball is that the bat face might be upwards and the ball can react upwards off of the bat surface, but also it makes the bat surface that much harder, and then the nicks will carry back to the slips. Shot number 4 brings a bit of flair to our game, and this is the flick shot. Tip number 1 is to make sure that you don't try and overhit the ball. This is going to make sure that you can stay in the right position to play the ball and allow the bat to go through the contact point without forcing the swing and changing the swing line. What's important here is to make sure that the swing line goes through the contact for as long as possible to hit the ball where you want under good control. For tip number 2, we want you to always look a little bit straighter than what you think. Stay in that straight line for longer, because that gives you a lot more bat face and bat surface from which to work, which gives you a bigger area in the middle. If the ball is going further down leg than what you think, then you can break through it, but you're now promoting more of the bat through the ball, giving you that much more chance to hit it better and therefore succeed. Fifth shot in this video is hitting over the top off of the front foot. For tip number 1, it's really important that you don't try and force the shot, that you have a smooth, long, completed swing through it. What this does is making sure that you don't try and overhit it, and it allows the bat to come through in one line. And that energy of the bat going in one arc is going to give you the ping potential that you need to hit the ball as far as you can. It also promotes more of the bat's middle through the ball and allowing you to have a nice fluid swing all the way to the top. Make sure that you're always under control and that the timing will be good. Tip number 2 is to make sure that the stride is not too big, where we get too close to the ball and then can't hit through that contact point. Another important thing to note with hitting over the top is with that stride, you're going to make contact slightly in front of your foot while you're in a strong, stable position. Because if you have a strong base, it gives you a lot to work from and allows you to have the access to any area that you want. Making contact slightly in front, ensuring that the swing goes through it, allows you to get the elevation that you need to really succeed at this. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you did enjoy. If you want part 2 of this video, leave us 10,000 likes and release it as soon as possible.